isn't it? So now that we've got 4 people here, and we know that poor old Josie will be joining us so soon. So welcome, here we are. And I have got some things that I'm going to be doing with you. And Josie also mentioned something that she has played with Yan Zhao, or maybe Yan Zhao started it and played it with Josie, I'm not sure. And it was called Spaghetti. Does that ring any bells?
Yes.
A game called Spaghetti.
Yeah.
Yeah, good. So also my game of the week this week is called Daft Definitions. Has anyone had a go at playing it yet? So this is what you do. You start off and somebody says a random word, and then somebody else says a different random word. And then the third person has to think of a dictionary definition for that phrase. Okay, so just to demonstrate how it works, I'd like Yan Zhao and Jenny to come up with 2 random words. So Yan Zhao, just give me a random noun, actually, a random English noun.
Okay, just one.
Yeah.
Okay. Cake.
Cake. And Jenny?
Jump.
Could you say it again?
Jump.
Jump. Okay, cake jump. Okay, so a cake jump is a new attraction that is used at children's birthday parties. And a cake jump is actually about 100 meters wide. So you need a really big garden if you're going to have it for your children's party. And the whole thing is shaped like a giant cake, and there's a ladder going up to the top. And in fact, there's several ladders all around the outside. So the children can all climb up the ladders at the same time. Then they all sing happy birthday together, and they count to 3, and they all jump into the cake, and they have to eat their way out of it by the end of the party. And that's it. It's called a cake jump. That's it. Okay. So that was a bit of a long definition. It doesn't have to be as long as that. But it can be. So let's try it again. So, sorry, you've got Nora Harris by your name.
Yes, it's my husband. I don't know. He must have been the last one to use Zoom on this computer, and it just knocked him.
And that's made me forget your name, though.
Sarah.
Sarah. Okay, of course it is. Right. So, Sarah, I want you to think of a random word.
Okay. Flexible.
And I'm going to think of a random word, which is squirrel. Okay. And Jenny, you have to tell us what a flexible squirrel is.
Okay. A flexible squirrel likes to do its exercises every morning. It can bend very, very far, even with its tail, and stretch its legs. So that is the flexible squirrel.
Yeah, of course. That's absolutely right, isn't it? Now that's a flexible squirrel. So Sarah, you're going to be the next one to give a definition. So Yan Zhao, can you give me a word? It can be a noun or adjective or verb, anything you like.
All right. Flower.
Flower?
Yes, flower.
Yeah. And Jenny, can you give me any random word? Don't plan it.
Circle.
Okay. Sarah, what is a flower circle, please?
So a flower circle is something in the olden times that they used to do during harvest festivals, and they would make a big flower circle in the middle of the square, and that's where all the new young lovers would meet and get engaged.
Fantastic. Okay. So Yan Zhao, it is your turn, of course. And I think it's going to be me and Jenny that are going to think of a random word. So this time, so that we don't get influenced by each other, I want us secretly to choose a random word without knowing what the other one is going to choose. And then after 3, we're going to both say what the word is, Jenny. Okay.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
let me have a think first of all. Okay, I've got mine.
Yeah. Got mine.
1, 2, 3.
Panda.
Chocolate. What was yours?
Panda.
Chocolate panda.
Oh, a chocolate panda is kind of delicious snack which attracts most of the kids, and they love the chocolate panda, and all the kids from all around the world ask for the chocolate panda for birthday gift, as a birthday gift, and it's super popular. So
Okay.
that's it.
Brilliant. So that's what a chocolate panda is. So that's the idea of Daft Definitions. And I used it once in a workshop where we were getting the kids to tell stories and to develop their storytelling skills. And it's a great little warm up because it just gets you to join ideas and concepts together without having to develop them too much unless you really want to. And you can do it going around the circle so that person number 1 says a word, person number 2 says another word, person number 3 does the definition. Or in the end, I found it was better to do it randomly so that people weren't expecting it. Or you could even do it with a ball. So the first person has a ball and says a word, they throw it to someone else, that person says another word, and then they throw it to a third person who gives a definition, a daft definition. So that is the game. And here comes somebody else called iPhone, who's going to join the meeting shortly. I think we can guess who it might be, because here we go. Firing. Here we go. Yay!
I couldn't get my computer decided to update.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Lovely. Yeah, really helpful, right?
Oh, well, it was my fault. Apparently, I must have changed the settings in Zoom, and I kept changing them to get rid of the password, but I didn't realize that I had to restart Zoom as well. And so that's it in the end. So it's
Okay.
very annoying. And it's
So it's
lucky
never
that
mind.
you
I'm
are
here now.
forgiving people.
I just caught the last bits of the Daft Definitions.
Yeah, so we've just let me just demonstrate the game with you.
Okay.
Sarah and myself, no, Sarah and Yan Xiao are both going to think of a random word, and then Jenny is going to give a definition of it. Okay. In fact, yeah, go on, let's do that. So after 3, have you got a word, Yan Xiao and Sarah?
Yes.
1, 2, 3. What is your word?
Pyramid.
Water.
Spearmint, was that?
Pyramid.
Pyramid water. So, Jenny, can you tell us what pyramid water is, please?
Yeah. Okay. Pyramid water is water that you would specifically find in Egypt in the pyramids. Some may call it holy water,
Yeah.
but its real name is just pyramid water.
Excellent. So, Josie, you're going to be next. So you're going to give a definition from 2 people's words, and it's going to be myself and Jenny who are going to make up the words.
Okay.
So have a think about your word. I'm just having a think about mine.
I'm just actually going to connect you on my computer now because it's surely annoying on the phone. I can't see everybody. I can only see you and me.
All right. Well, we'll play that.
Carry on.
Should we play that later then?
No, it's okay. I think I'll be okay. I just need to just get on with
Okay,
this
the
now.
words are after 3. 1, 2, 3. Apple.
Peanut.
Okay, so Josie, just tell us what an apple peanut.
And what?
Apple peanut.
Okay. Apple peanuts are a special kind of very tiny apple, and they taste like peanuts, and they're just really, really amazingly nutritious, you know.
Yeah.
And they actually they look yellow, almost brown, and they're pretty hard, but they're actually apples. Yeah, it's really weird.
Okay, brilliant. All right, so there we go. We've all played that game now, and next I am going to teach you all a bit of a tongue twister, and we're going to see if we can all learn it.
Okay.
It's called Betty Botter, and it's a tongue twister that I used to play with the actors when I was running my theatre company years ago. I learnt it, you know, in like the early years. And it was a great warm-up to use just before you were going on stage, but also just in rehearsals, just to get people's lips and tongues moving. Okay. So the first line goes like this. Betty Botter bought some butter. Can you all say that?
Betty
Botter bought some butter.
That's not bad. Let's try it again. Betty Botter bought some butter.
Betty
Betty
Botter
bought some butter.
Okay, I'm going
And
to switch
again.
over to my computer now.
Betty Botter bought some butter.
Betty
Botter
bought some butter.
bought some butter.
Okay, now you've just about got that. And you'll need to switch off one of your devices, Josie.
Yeah,
'cause
I'm
it's
doing it
making
now.
echoing. There we go.
Doing it now.
Um,
Yay.
Betty Botter bought some
I can
butter,
see
but
everybody now.
she
Thank you.
found the butter bitter.
Betty Botter.
But she found the
But-
butter bitter.
But
She found the
the
butter
butter
bitter.
bitter.
Betty Botter bought some butter, but she found the butter bitter.
Betty Botter
Betty
bought some butter.
bought some butter,
but she found the butter bitter.
bitter.
Betty Botter bought some butter, but she found the butter bitter.
Betty
Betty
Botter bought some butter, but she found the butter bitter.
bitter.
But a bit of better butter, better than the bitter butter, that would make my batter better. Okay.
Okay,
But-
Okay,
but,
so the last
But
part.
a bit of better butter,
but a bit of better butter,
better than the bitter butter,
better than the bitter butter,
that would make my batter better.
that would make my
batter
batter
better.
Easy. Betty Botter
Easy
bought some
peasy.
butter,
Betty Botter
Betty
bought some
bought
butter,
some butter,
but she found the butter bitter.
But she
but she found the butter bitter.
But a bit of better butter,
but a bit of better
better
butter,
butter,
better than the bitter butter,
better
better than the better butter.
that would make my batter better.
That would
that
make
would
my
make my
batter better.
Okay, that's not bad. So what we're going to do is focus on the two lines at the beginning. Betty Botter bought some butter, but she found the batter better. No,
As
but she
fast
found the
as
butter
possible.
bitter. I got it wrong. That's always a good sign. Betty Botter bought some butter, but she found the butter bitter.
Butter bitter. Betty Botter found.
One,
Betty
two,
Botter
three. Betty Botter bought
Betty
some
bought
butter,
butter,
but she
but she
found.
found the
but she
butter
found the
bitter.
butter bitter.
Okay, what's great about this is that it completely doesn't work on Zoom because of the lag. But that's kind of the challenge of it as well. Okay, now
Oh, it's okay.
that is just the beginning because it is
Oh.
actually an action game. So
Oh yes.
here we go. It goes like this. Betty Botter bought some butter, but she found the butter bitter. Butter bitter, better butter, better than the bitter butter. That would make my batter better. Okay. So we're going to
Oh,
try
my
it just
word.
with the first two lines. And what I'm going to do actually is ask you to switch your microphones off, because then it won't matter if there is a lag and you'll just hear me. Okay, but you join in and First of all, let's just try the rhythm. So it goes, and of course that is on my knees here. Betty Botter bought some butter, but she found the butter bitter. Betty Botter bought some butter, but she found the butter bitter. Betty Botter bought some butter, but she found the butter bitter. Butter bitter, better butter, better than the bitter butter. That would make my batter better. Okay, not bad. Now we're going to do the first 2 lines again, but we're going to do them much faster, like this. Betty Botter bought some butter, but she found the butter bitter. Betty Botter bought some butter, but she found the butter bitter. Betty Botter bought some butter, but she found the butter bitter. Okay, I am exhausted after that. So you can take a rest and switch your mics back on and recover along with me. Oh. Right, so there we are. There is a little warm-up for you. And are you as exhausted
It's good for the
as me?
T sound, t sound.
So it's great for the t-t-t sound, obviously. And yes. All tongue twisters have, you know, they focus on different sounds. A school coal scuttle, a scuttle of schooled coal, for example, if you were doing the s sounds and the k sounds. But there are many more. She sells seashells on the seashore. The shells that she sells
really
are seashells, I'm sure. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. Where's the peck of pickled peppers Peter Piper picked?
Yeah, that's a really hard one, actually.
Who can tell me another one?
I had loads, you know.
Anyone know one?
One wise whistling wizard.
That's nice. Does it have anything more to go with it?
Yeah, there are 10 of them. So there's 10 things that you name. So it's, hang on, 1 wise whistling wizard, 2 tooting chuba chunas, 3 twirling tricky tree toads, 4 fast fleeing foxes, 5 fast French flamingos, and then I've forgotten the last 5.
All right, those are great. Is there a particular game that you do with that, or do you just say the words?
I just say the words, and then the kids just repeat it after me. So yeah, but I've not done that Betty Botter one before, so it's
that's
a new one to try.
There's a couple of really short ones that are really good fun. One of them is this: rubber baby buggy bouncers. And that's it. It goes rubber baby buggy bouncers. And you have to say it 5 times. Rubber baby buggy bouncers, rubber baby buggy bouncers, rubber baby buggy bouncers, rubber baby buggy bouncers, rubber baby buggy bouncers.
Rubber baby.
Rubby.
As you can tell, I've spent a lot of time saying these things.
Yes,
in
very good.
And they, you know, once you've learnt them, it's kind of easier. And
yeah,
you need to learn them to some extent if you are going to teach them to kids.
Yeah, you've got to learn them quite well.
Oh yes, the Guinness Book of Records world shortest tongue twister is 2 words, and it's the name of a woman. Her first name is Peggy. Her surname is Babcock. I know that sounds a bit rude, but that's her name, Babcock. So it goes like this: Peggy Babcock. And all you have to do is say the name of this woman 5 times in a row. Peggy Babcock, Peggy Babcock. Exactly. It's not as easy as you might think.
No, not at all.
Peggy Babcock, Peggy Babcock, Peggy Babcock, Peggy Babcock, Peggy Babcock, Peggy Babcock. And that's only because I've said it 200 times before.
Yeah. Okay.
But
Peggy Bab.
yeah.
Peggy.
Anyway,
Peggy
hello,
Bab.
Amanda.
Hello, I finally got home.
Welcome. I'm glad you've made it. We all did have a bit of a problem logging in. Did you try
Okay,
to
it wasn't
log
just
in?
me.
No, it wasn't
No.
just you. It was my fault. I changed some settings possibly that I wasn't meant to change, but I've changed them back now, and I had
Okay.
to restart Zoom just in case you ever do it. The thing you have to do is to restart Zoom, and then it works. It doesn't.
All right.
You don't do that. And
Right.
it
Okay.
was driving me and everybody else a bit mad, but there we go. So we have played a couple of games so far. We've played Daft Definitions, and we've also learned a tongue twister with some actions. So going back to that tongue twister, which was Betty Butter bought some butter, but she found the butter bitter, which has some actions. We used to find that a really great warm-up for actors to do in a circle. And the idea is that you have to be really accurate with it. And if it goes wrong, you have to start again. So the aim of it is not to show off that you can do it, but to do it really well in a group, you know. And that's, so if you make that the aim, so that people are really listening to each other and working with each other, then it can be a really good way of tuning in to each other for a rehearsal or a performance.
Cool.
Yeah. So now, Josie
Yes.
and Yan Zhao, can you tell me a bit about spaghetti?
Oh yeah, Yansao, your turn. It's her game.
It's a game that we've been promised.
Oh, okay. Actually, I got the idea from a video from YouTube. It's called a drama menu, I think. I learned about the game. Just I have no idea how I found it. I just got it. So it's called the spaghetti. So basically, I think it's a game to practice emotions. And in this, yes, that one. Yes,
Yeah.
that one. Yeah, I love this one.
Oh, wow.
I read, yes, I learned the game from this book, and also they have the channel on YouTube, so I check it out on YouTube. So it's a game called spaghetti. In this game, there's only one word. The word is spaghetti, but you put on you will add your emotions in this game. So for example, you will circle the students and they will make a big circle, and you give one word, like he would say an angry spaghetti. And then the person would say the word spaghetti with the emotion of anger. Yes, they are angry. Like for example, they would work all the way in the middle, or like in this to the center of the circle, and would say spaghetti like this. So they also say the word all the way back to their original spot. Like they will stand up and they will say spaghetti, and also spaghetti back all the way back to the spot.
Oh, I see. So they walk in.
Fun.
They walk in and
they
out.
walk in and they walk back.
Yeah.
Do they walk forward as well, saying it then?
Sorry.
They walk into the middle. Oh, there you are. You clever man.
And in our session, I did one session with Josie on Zoom. I adapted this game to our topic, and I attached it to with the animal traits. Like I would say, tiger game. Like all the students would be a sad tiger, an excited tiger, or any animal, because we did that one with 12 animals. So I just adapted
Zodiac.
that game.
Explain to me, we did the zodiac.
Yes, the zodiac, the Chinese zodiac. There will be 12 animals. Yes.
Could you play a round of the game with us?
Go on, you're the teacher.
All right. Okay, thank you.
She's shy, you know. But she does quite well.
In this case, we don't have to stand up, or I think it works if we just put our face closer to the camera. So it works in the same way. If I say, as I said before, like angry spaghetti, and everyone would do it together, spaghetti, like this. So you are really, yes, really angry. You're really angry. And if I say sad spaghetti, you would say spaghetti.
Okay.
All right.
If I'm excited spaghetti, you say spaghetti, right? Spaghetti. Yes, very, very excited.
Okay,
So,
could you give us an emotion and then count to 3, and then we'll
Yes.
all do the spaghetti.
so this time I'm not in. So I just give the instruction, and all of you, 5 of you, would do it together. Okay. So I would say happy spaghetti.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, go.
Spaghetti, 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 spaghetti. Oh, spaghetti.
Now, brave spaghetti.
Pardon?
Brave. Yes.
Spaghetti.
Spaghetti.
Brave
Spaghetti.
Brave spaghetti.
Okay. Now, sexy spaghetti. 1, 2, 3, go.
Spaghetti.
Spaghetti.
Yes.
Spaghetti.
And let's try the last one. Quiet spaghetti. 1, 2, 3, go. Yes, exactly. Yes.
Mhm.
This one, I love this one. And also in our game, I tried like the quiet cat, the sexy cat, or
Okay.
dog. So in that case, they train the animal traits, but also they add more emotions in
Yeah.
that. So that's how the students practiced.
Could you give us an animal and an emotion,
Yes.
please?
Okay. Let's try an angry dragon.
Yeah, I knew you were going to choose that one.
Okay. After 3, 1, 2.
1, 3. Good. Okay, so let's try now. This time, shy dragon.
Okay.
Yes, very shy dragon. How about an hungry dragon? Very hungry.
Dragon.
Spaghetti.
Yes, something like that. And the kids love it.
I
Yeah,
like that
They
game.
do. They're
That is-
cute kids, by the way.
That is really good fun. Thank you for
Mhm.
that.
Yeah, thank you.
Just in case you wanted to have a look at that book,
Look,
it's by a Welsh man called Glyn Trefor Jones.
okay.
Spells his name like that, Glyn, and he's actually written another version of the book, which
Yes.
is for online and socially distanced.
That's a
Okay.
really good book if you're teaching online. I highly recommend the at a distance one. It's really good.
Yeah, I might get that.
But the great thing about it is that if you Google, as Yan Zhao said, if you Google drama menu, there are quite a lot of the games online played with teenagers. So you
That's
can actually learn them online without even buying the book.
Yeah.
But the book, I was sent it as a review copy, but I would have got it anyway because it's just got, the games, you can tell that he's actually taught them all. They do actually work. So it would take you ages to do all of these. And the
Yeah.
idea is that he gives you an appetizer to start with, and then you go on to the main course, and then you've got puddings or desserts as well.
That's good.
And then you've even got kind of planning pages, so you can have your appetizer, your starter, your main course,
Yeah.
Oh, funny.
and your dessert. So, for example, with this one, he's got yes, let's. You can that might be in mirror writing. Is this in mirror writing, or is it the right way round?
No. It's
That's-
normal.
You can read that. So
Yeah.
yeah, so we've got yes, let's for the appetizer, and then various ones. So yes, anyway, good books and good videos. So a nice choice to find out, to try things out and to get some new ideas.
Actually, the game Yes Let's works quite well in class with the teenagers as well. I tried that one in class, and the kids love it because they will find someone to imitate, because there
Yeah.
will be one leader and everyone will just follow the leader. So they love it. It's so funny.
Oh, let's swim in that one. You mean that one? Yeah,
Let's
you,
swim,
yeah,
let's
you were
dance.
talking about that. Yes. Oh, okay.
We used to do that. We had a director that I used to work with who came in and worked with us, and he used to emphasize the fact that when you played that game, you had to be really enthusiastic. So somebody starts off and says, let's all play the piano. And everybody else says, yes, let's. And then everybody plays the piano. And then the person says, let's all climb a tree. And yes, let's all climb a tree. But you have to be enthusiastic about it. You know,
Yeah, otherwise it's boring.
yeah, let's play the piano. It doesn't really work, you know.
Yeah.
But it's a really mad, lively game.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
the
no.
idea is that anybody else can shout out, let's do something, you know. So Josie
Lovely,
could shout something else out, and we all go, yes, let's.
Yeah,
So,
that's brilliant.
what's nice about that is that you can emphasize that it's about listening to other people and following and building on other people's ideas, like you do in improv. So yeah, that's a really fun game. And wears everybody out very quickly.
But it's really good to teach children impro, I think. Improvisations, if they're not used to it, I think it's a really great way of getting them into it.
Well, one that I just did with my grade 8s, because we were stuck online again, we went back into lockdown. So we did a murder mystery.
Oh,
So
great.
I sent them each a little paragraph about their character with sort of some ideas, and then they had to do a character like mock-ups. They had to decide where they were when the murder happened, and why someone might suspect them of committing the murder. And then we had 2 detectives who kind of were guiding the improvisation. And it was really interesting to see that some of my students who are very sort of loud and in your face, they found the improvisation very stressful. It was they were kind of hesitant to jump in, and so we had a great debrief and talked about it, and they all said they'd like to do it again. We had a lot of fun.
I think people are afraid to make mistakes, aren't they? And then you can be told that it's fine, you could just do anything, it really doesn't matter, you know. Don't think about it too hard.
No, and some of them got more comfortable and got into it as we went along, but it was just interesting to see my students who are normally quite outspoken in drama class, the improvisation threw them a little bit.
Interesting. Yeah.
I think you're right. I think it's very important for them to build those skills.
Did you base it on an existing game or book, or did you make up your own murder mystery?
It was one that I found online. So it had a little paragraph for each character.
Yeah.
And I sent that to the students. And then 5 minutes before class was about to take place, I sent a message to the student who was the murderer and said, oh, by the way, you're the murderer. So he did all of his planning without knowing that he was the murderer. And then he found out at the last minute that he was the murderer. So it was really fun. Some of the kids were really, they had great, they were at home. So I told them to gather things at home and make a costume. And there was one who was playing the son-in-law, and he went for kind of a Russian mafia kind of character. He was hysterical, and he had this little dagger an antique dagger that his parents had in it, and he kept on flashing it on the screen, and like it was funny. Pardon me?
How old was he?
They're in grade 8, so 13 and 14.
Oh, okay, that's a good age.
And how many did you have?
I have 19.
Okay.
Oh wow.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, we're doing a murder mystery at the moment as well. But the drama teacher that I work with, she's going to write the script for them.
Oh,
So
wow.
she'll be, but we've been devising all our different characters, and they've really got into that, and they wanted to set it in Victorian times. So that's what we're doing.
Oh.
So, yes. So yeah.
That's fun.
Yeah.
That's nice. I like the idea that you can theme it according to a historical period, or you could even do it to Hamlet, or I don't know, you could take characters from a storybook, a Harry Potter murder mystery. Could be really good fun.
That would be a good idea.
Yeah.
Well, we discussed different times in history that we could set it, and then they all voted for Victorians, which was a relief to me and the teacher, because we both know a bit about Victorians and don't know about maybe ancient Egypt or Greece. So we were quite relieved when they picked the Victorian times.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can imagine. Yes. Amanda, I just loved your Gruffalo thing. It was so good.
Thank you.
Guys, you should see it. I think it's still on the website, is it? Put it on the website, didn't you? On the Facebook page.
Yeah, I've got well, I don't know if it went on this one. Can't remember. Yeah, because I teach reception.
Yes.
So of course at the moment trying to do everything's going out with looms, or I'm not doing any sort of live teaching. So it all has to be pre-recorded. So for reception, I've just been doing, I tend to do keep the themes that they're doing in class. So I've been doing all the different stories. So I think next week Three Little Pigs is going out. And then I've just finished filming Little Red Riding Hood, but I wanted to introduce hot seating a bit more for them. So what I've done it as a policewoman and made a crime scene. But again, done it all on the green screen.
Wow.
So yeah, I have I'm a dance teacher, so I've got a little studio at the bottom of the garden.
Oh, okay.
So
where was this on Drama Zoomers, or where did you share it?
I don't know, but I've got a channel. It's story time with Mrs. Dibble.
Okay.
And there's lots on there. So mostly it's for reception age. So for example, though the other week it was on the book, they were doing the book Giraffes Can't Dance. So I put my dancing hat on and did all different dances that they do in there. So we do a little cha-cha-cha and some tango and some waltzing, and that went quite well.
Yeah.
And then for year one, they were doing dinosaurs. So I actually did do so they had to copy me and going through the jungle, going through and going back in time and seeing dinosaurs. So yeah, except I wrote some of the names up and put them along, and I'm going, how do I say that one?
Yeah.
Well, that sounds great, Amanda. Thanks for that tip. We'll have a look at I'll definitely have a look at your channel, and I'm sure other people will.
Yeah, and I do. Yes, but so at the moment, as I say, I'm not doing, and I'd be really like to know how other people are getting things across on remotely. Because as I say, I'm not seeing the children at all. So trying to think of stuff that children can do on their own, as it were, if a drama is quite, when you're not interacting with them, it's been challenging.
Yeah. That reminds me of I'm just going to look up I'm just looking up a channel that you might enjoy. I'll just find it and show you it, share it with you. See. If you haven't seen it already, let me find it. Oh, here we go. Right. Let me share my screen with you and show you this channel. So it is Mr. Horn. So it's another, and he makes pre-recorded videos. And I think he stopped making them now. But I watched a few of the ones that he made at the beginning, and they were really good fun. They're very lively, and you know, he was kind of making it up as he went along. He seems to be quite good at making videos as well.
Description of this video for a Dropbox in which
So I won't play the whole video to you, but I would recommend it. It's called, his name is Mr. Horn. So you could look him up, or let me just send the link to this video in the chat. So if I stop sharing.
Thank you.
Yeah, I would recommend that, because what he does is he divides each week up into different age groups. So he does something for the younger ones first and then the older ones later. And that seems to work. Yeah. And they're all he's quite enthusiastic, I think. And that really, yeah, I've just sent you the link to that video, so you'll be able to find the other ones as well. And, oh, so you probably heard me telling everybody about my new book. So the reason why I'm in such a good mood at the moment is that I've spent about 5 years writing this book, and I finally got it published in January. So I'm really pleased with the way that it turned out.
Oh, that's good.
It's packed with ideas, and I also found a really brilliant illustrator who did some illustrations for me as well. Really detailed illustrations like this one for A Midsummer Night's Dream. Yeah,
I've got it. It's a really great book. Here we are.
Ah, very good.
Great. Yeah, thank you, Josie. Thanks for that. So anyway, yeah, I'm really pleased about that. I've been trying to find out if I can make it into a Kindle book, because quite a lot of people have asked about that. But that's going to be quite complicated, I think, because the layout it's also got a lot of worksheets in it and things like that. But I'm working on that. I'm thinking about how I can do that, because you can make a Kindle book, and then you can have a downloadable PDF, so people could have the worksheets attached as well. But that, I think, is going to be a longer project. Anyway, it's an hour is up, even though we started late. But I know that some people may have to leave. But in the meantime, is there anything that anybody wanted to say, ask, tell us about, or anything else that we haven't mentioned?
Well, I'm very excited because I had a chat with my principal, and as you know, this is my first year teaching drama, and the drama teacher is coming back from maternity leave next year. But the principal said that they're so pleased with what I've done that they're going to keep me with 2 sections of drama next year. So
Yay. Well done.
Really good. And
so will you be teaching other subjects as well, or just drama?
Ordinarily, I teach history.
Oh, okay.
Well, that fits in really well, though, doesn't it?
Yeah, so I'll go back to my history courses, but I'll keep 2 sections of drama.
Brilliant. Lovely.
Can you will you do any hot seating or role play in history?
Well, that's the other thing. I also teach French as a second language, so
Yeah.
it's been really helpful to have Josie and Yen Zhao's ideas, because teaching in a second language, it's the same idea, and so I think a lot of the ideas I will use them in the French class as well.
Yeah.
Mm.
Great.
I mean,
Yeah.
we could put our this is not our last meeting for sure, but maybe I'll put my my email in here, and you can email me if you want.
Mm-hmm. That's lovely. And I'll also put the date of the next meeting. It's not difficult to remember because it's the same as the date of this
Yeah.
meeting.
Yeah,
16th of March.
there you go.
As it is the 16th of Feb today.
That's my email. So if you want, you can send it in. Janta and I work together a lot.
Yeah.
We've just done. Actually, Janta wrote a play about the zodiac, and she initiated a 5-day workshop. So I did one of the days, and I helped her plan it, and she did a really great job. And so we hopefully will continue doing it, not 5 days in a row, but like maybe once a week or so, and get a group of kids to do some, a theme. We've got some ideas for that. But anyway, with second language learners, yes, there are a few things that you need to remember. Mostly you can do what we've done, but you've got to make it much simpler. And I always say you've got to put lots of images in. I usually use, because I teach Shakespeare to second language learners. So what I do is I take sentences from a play that we're doing, and I put images on the wall with the sentences, but I don't put them together. So I get the kids to match them. And we do lots and lots of activities with the language. And so by the time I give them a very short script, they can already say those things because we've done the games with those things. So you've got to build it up in a different way. You can't ask them to do things. You can't give them very complicated instructions and stuff like that. But apart from that, it's the same, really. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Great. I've shared Amanda's YouTube channel link as well.
Thank you.
And it looks really great. So I'm having a look at that. Amazing, actually, what you've done there. It looks really good.
Yeah, I love it.
Thank
The
you.
green screen really works.
Yeah, I have a clever son.
Ah,
Yeah,
right. Yeah.
You said.
He's
So,
home from
This is literally a screen you pull down.
yeah. Just
Okay.
green screen I pull down.
And then you project whatever it is on it.
Yeah. So like we're doing Pandora with year 3. So I was doing a clip. I wanted all the demons to come out, but we couldn't get that bit to work. So part of their drama, they had to reenact to pretend to be different demons themselves. But it sort of gave them a starter.
Right.
But yeah. Oh.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's
Okay.
a giraffe one. Giraffes can't dance. So yeah, teaching them to waltz.
Lovely. That's really good. Yeah, I saw it. It's really great.
Yeah, thank you.
Really
So-
great.
Great. Well, I'm
job.
sure we'll all be watching that. That looks really good fun.
Yeah, feel free to use them. But if anyone's got any ideas of how to remotely teach slightly the next couple of age groups. So I do nursery to year 4 at the moment with drama. So I used really as a fill-in, because I'm a cover teacher, so I cover classes as well as do the drama. So the drama comes in under the teacher's PPA time, which is nice. Last year I was doing year 6. This year we've only got one because it's a big school. It's a 4-form entry. So it's quite a big school. So we do a rotation. They do drama, French, or global learning, music and library, and they rotate. So but I'm still having to get all stuff out to all year groups over this time. So it's
Are you finding it harder for the older ones then?
a little bit, yeah, because I feel that you're doing the same sort of thing you're asking them to do, because you can't interact with them and they can't interact with each other.
Yeah.
I'm able to put more on the underneath slides for them to do in class, the children that are in school, but the children that are at home, that's where I'm really struggling at the minute.
Yeah.
There's only so many monologues they can do.
So you're doing Zoom and face-to-face at the same time? My husband has to do that.
No, I'm not doing any face teaching at the moment. Well, I'm going in teaching year 1 3 times a week. And then the other 2 days I'm at home, where I have to prepare all my drama to go out. So my drama goes out to all but I don't actually see the children face to face for drama at the moment. So that's the bit I'm struggling, sort of, especially year 3, year 4.
Well, send us a what's it called, your topic, and then we'll have a think.
Oh, thank you.
No,
that'd be great.
Or have you seen if there's any plays online that like go along with your topic that might help, and then they could write like a review or a something based on that?
That's a good idea.
Because there's lots of free plays available on YouTube.
That's a really good idea.
Might be useful.
Yeah.
Especially at the moment, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I did with my grade 7s and 8s. My grade 6s just finished Greek myths in their English class.
Oh, yeah.
And what we did was we did television interviews. So one child had to take on the personality of a famous TV host. So they had to wear the costume and study the mannerisms and try to figure out how to be the TV host. And then the guest was the Greek god or hero, and they had to bring to light all the salient points of that character's history. They really
That's
enjoyed
pretty
it.
good.
Yeah, I was doing the Saxons and Viking Saxon with year 4, and so as part of their one, I got them to do a news report as if they were at the Battle of Hastings. But so they could do that on their own if they're on their own, but if they're in school, then they could join with someone else and be like an anchor person and be the different people. But yeah, it's more ideas, especially for the poor children that are at home. On their own.
My grade 8s, we did a fun monologue where they had to be their parent. So they had to do a character study and figure out how their parents spoke and dressed. And then they had to lecture themselves for a minute on a topic that their parents
that's hilarious.
That's brilliant.
That's really funny.
Well. Some of them were a little violent though.
So what did they have to do? So what did they have to do afterwards? They had to speak to their parents as if
they had to pretend that the camera was them and they were lecturing themselves in the role of their parent. And it turned out really well.
Yeah.
I bet they loved it.
Oh, it was really funny.
That sounds very good. I like that.
Yeah.
Or another thing that my drama group have done is you could choose to be a character. It could be from history or whatever, or a book, and then you had to say how they were coping in life in lockdown.
Oh,
so write a monologue in that character, which is another way that might help.
Thank you. Good idea.
Yeah.
That's really useful. Thank you.
Anyway, that's really good. It's always it takes me long, doesn't it? A month, but there you go. We can't really do more than that.
Yeah, have a look at that guy's site that I sent you as well. That Mr. Horn, because I mean, most of his stuff tends to be he does a lot of kind of quick fire things, but actually some of it is like developing characters as well. And it's all as yours is. It's pre-recorded. It's got quite a nice way of kind of doing that. Have you, Yan Zhao, you're off, are you? So, or are you just saying thank you? I thought you were saying goodbye.
The email address here.
Yeah.
Yes.
Brilliant. Well, look, I've got to go now, I'm afraid.
Oh,
But
thank you.
sorry
Thank
for the
you.
late start, and hopefully it will be fixed for next time.
Yeah, is
Yeah.
it the same meeting next time? Because it said it was a recurring meeting, so
Yeah,
we
maybe
should
Yeah,
just
you-
it'll be the same one every
Oh.
time. And
Yeah,
also,
okay.
I have put the. I'll just show you on the online, on the actual course itself. So,
you.
yeah, online, this is the course that you are all registered to. I've got a page which is all about the Zoom meetings, and I've also been posting the old videos here.
Oh,
You can
lovely.
go on there and find the old ones
That's great.
and re-watch
Oh.
them. But also,
Lovely.
you've got the link there and password in case you need it. But you hopefully,
Right.
We did.
but make sure you
Oh, right.
make sure you use the new link that I sent you, because I emailed you a new link to the course. The reason for that is I've changed the name of it to the Inspiring Drama Teacher rather than the Inspiring Drama Teacher Part 2, and it now includes parts 1 and 2.
Ah.
Part 1 used to be free, but now it's not. It's going to be part of the paid course. Okay.
Okay.
But if you get stuck and you can't find it, just email me and I'll send you the link again.
Oh, thank you for today.
Yeah, thank you very much. I love
you very
the fact
much.
that everybody's got their own perspective and their own ideas to share. Yeah, and keep in touch on, if you think of anything on Facebook that you want to talk about in the next session, that would be helpful. If you want to post
Okay.
anything, then we can all be having a think.
Yeah.
Lovely.
It's always lovely to see everybody. I always get a kick out of the fact that we're on completely opposite sides of the globe, and I think that's just wonderful, you know.
Yeah.
I just love it.
That's really brilliant. Okay,
Yeah.
so bye everybody.
Bye. Thank you.
See you in 1 month's time. Have a good
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Yes. Bye.
Bye.